articulate, precision, and patience. It's more than just a haircut, you know what I mean? You form a bond with Nick.
For me, barbing is not just a career or a job. My name is Nick Kanyongo. I'm a barber. I do hair. I came to Joburg in 2007, and it was not easy when I came. I started off by working for someone because I was not financially okay, so I needed to find myself, you know, and I needed to be on my feet. So I started off by working for someone, and I worked for this guy for like a year. Then by God's grace, I managed to, you know, raise some funds. I moved on to a different shop and location. I started off by renting a chair, you know, but this thing, you know, it kept on growing, and it grew with speed, I can say. And you know, up until now, you know, I have my own shop, I have my own space that I'm renting. But it was not like that. But you know, I thank God because I have regular clients that are loyal, clients that are supportive, and I'm glad to say they are the reasons why I'm able to stand on my own today. For me, barbing is not just a career or a job. I love art, you know, and I love looking good. So growing up, I used to see my uncle, you know, do haircuts, and I would just sit in his shop and just watch him do, you know. So basically, I would say I learned to do haircuts by observing, by looking, you know. So then I decided someday that, I think that was in 2004, to say, you know what, I think I want to do this, and I want to, you know, do it in a big way. So I've always wanted to start my own thing, you know, my own barber shop, growing it even into a franchise, you know. So I realized and discovered that, you know what, God has given me this thing. I decided to put it on paper, you know, to certify it. That's when I decided to, you know, take myself to school. So I went for 18 months course. That's a year and a half. Back then, I think it was 2003, late 2003. Back home in Zim in Harare. That's when I decided, you know what, let me not just be an experienced barber, but I needed to be a certified barber. That's when I took myself to school. The way we used to cut back home, when I came here, there was a difference on how things are done. So, like, you know, at home you're comfortable, you have things and stuff like that. So, to, like, when you cut someone, it's not necessarily that you're doing what you love, but trust me, it's because you need to get some money at the end of the day. So when you cut someone, you just cut, you make sure that you finish cutting, they pay you, they go. But when I came here, like for example, like in Zim, we never used to cut and wash people's hair, you know, after cutting. But when I came here, I realized, okay, you cut people, you know, you actually can interact, talk about stuff, you know, as you cut. So it's a relationship. So at the end of the day, it was not the same. So like when I came here, I met this guy and I saw what he was doing. I was like, oh, okay, I'm a barber too, but I think what this guy is doing is very unique, you know, the way he talks to his people, the way he even covers people when he's cutting them and all that. So I could see that, you know, there is a level of excellence and uniqueness on how things are done here compared to how we were doing things back then, back home. It's very normal for people to look down upon us. Why? Because they say we cut hair. But for me, it's different because I don't just barb. I love cutting hair. And because I love cutting hair, by the way, my business does not grow by advertising. My business grows by reference, which is the word of mouth. So if I cut someone, I do a good job, their friends sees them, they'll ask them, what did you do your hair? No, let me go show you my barber. That's how I got all the clients that I have today. So as a barber, you need to put value on yourself. Go to school, certify yourself. Love what you do. When you barb someone, barb them knowing that they are going to pay you and you need that money that is going to pay you. And when you barb someone, barb them in such a way that when they go out there, people will ask them, Ogoti, Ogondeo, you know, where did you cut your hair?
My name is Kwena Motemela. It was actually a funny story. I think it was back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. One of my friends was, he's well known with Nick. His name is Kevin. And he came for a haircut. And I used to do these haircuts as well with different barbers, and they used to just mess up my hair all the time. So I used to literally have a different barber every month or so, and I really hated that. Yeah, so I'm cutting my friend Kevin, and I loved it. And I think what I loved about it was he was very confident with his machine, and you know. The results as well was just, I was amazed, and I said right there and then, yo, do me a solid and hook me up. And then literally ever since then, I've been with Nick. But I must confess, I think I also kind of like cheated on him with the different barber. But it was horrible. They confirmed that, you know, Nick is my man. Because other guys, their hands were like rough. Like I went out there and my head was like in pain, like when someone poured hot oil on it. But yeah, they just confirmed that, you know what, Nick is the guy, and I've loved, like ever since, he's just always been my guy.
When I hear of a barber, to me, I see an artist and a groomer, you know. It's the same as someone who goes to hospital with a headache. They go to the hospital with a headache expecting to come back being healed. So the same with people, when they come to me, they come not looking good, but as soon as I done cutting their hair, they must feel good. Not just feel good, but they must go out there and bring me another client, because I make sure that wherever they go, someone has to ask Okoti, where did you cut your hair? So it goes beyond just cutting and getting money. It's making someone look good.
So my name is Sanka Junesena. So basically what happened was I need to get a haircut, and I just moved to a new place. I was living in Sandton and I moved to Ramsey. So I needed to find a new person to cut my hair. So instead of just going to this person and, you know, telling him what I wanted, I thought, let me look at some pictures online so that I can show this person, look, this is what I want. And then when I started looking at these pictures, I started seeing these cool, funky hairstyles. I've always done like funky hairstyles, but I did that when I was in varsity. You know, I thought, you know what, it's December, I'm done seeing clients, so let me do something cool. So I went to them and I showed them the pictures and I said, can they just do this part for me? So they did the 3 lines. And then they did it, but I thought, you know what, I don't really trust these guys to do this intricate feather design on my head, because I think first and foremost you need an artist before someone that just cuts hair. And I felt like these guys, all they do is cut hair. So I thought, let me take the pictures of what I did, and I shared it on my WhatsApp status, and then I shared the picture of the feather design as well on my status, and I basically asked people, does anyone know someone that can do this design for my hair? One of my boys, Fred Chola, who I've known from varsity. Trust the guy, because I know the guy, he's always swagged out, so I know, okay, this guy I can trust. And so he said, look, my barber can do it, and I was like, cool. He sent me Nick's details. I messaged Nick straight away. I mean, this was all yesterday, and I said, Nick, can you do this? He was like, yeah, I can do it. And I was like, cool, I'll come tomorrow. And yeah, that's how I got there, and I'm here now.
Yesterday, one of my clients, his name is Kunda, he sent me a picture, you know. He sent me a message saying there's a guy who's going to contact me. There is a certain design that he want to do on his hair and stuff. He's cut his hair already with his barber, but he doesn't trust his barber with the design that he needed. So I was like, okay, it's fine. Give the guy my number. Then the guy contacted me. His name is Shankar. Then he's like, bro, this is what I want to do. Do you think you can be able to do it? I'm like, oh, okay, I can do it, you know. But, you know, deep down, I was like, oh, okay. So with this design, I've seen it. I've been seeing it around. So I knew that one day someone would come and want to do it. So I've been practicing it on paper, you know, and stuff. So when this guy sent me a message yesterday, says you want to do it, I was like, oh, okay, now the time has come. So I went home, you know, I did some practice and all that. But you know, doing things on paper is not the same as doing things on machine. So I was expecting the guy, then the guy called me this morning. He's like, oh, I'm outside. I'm like, okay, cool. I went, I fetched the guy, he came. You know, but to tell you guys, deep down, I was like, oh, okay, you know. But you know, that's how it works with the type of job that I do. And I think that that's what makes you different from the rest, you know, especially in this day and time where we have many barbers around and stuff. It kind of, you know, show how serious or how much do you love your work. So the guy said, you know, I start off my machine. I pull it up, man. I pull it up to an extent that even myself, I can't believe it. You know, there is the picture. You can see it for yourself, the before and the after, what he sent me and what I've done.
Yeah, so I mean, initially I was nervous because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But I mean, and I didn't look at the progress. I mean, he basically said, he showed me a picture, probably 70% into it, and when I saw it, I was like, right. No, I like this. This is exactly the way I wanted it to look, and yeah. No, I mean the final outcome is it's dope. It's fresh. Yeah, I like it. Can't wait for reactions from friends.
My encouragement to any barber out there is that stop looking down on yourself, man. You can do anything. You know, barbing is not like just cutting hair. It's art, you know. You need to love what you do. You need to love making people look good. And the guy is happy, man. He's happy.
And the best thing about Nick is he knows each client individually, so you don't have to come here and tell him what you need to do. You sit down and he gets to work, and you come out happy and a handsome man, as I am. You form a bond with Nick, you know what I mean, which is, I think, way more important than anything else. You not just the haircut, you feel like it's a second home away from home. And yeah, like I said, you come here, you cut your hair, and you know that when you come out of the barber shop, not only are you looking fresh, you're feeling good.
What I've noticed when I came to South Africa is that as far as the beauty industry is concerned, there is a huge need here compared to how it is back home. I'll give you an example. Where I come from, you know, we slow, you know, we live a slow life. We don't really celebrate birthdays. We don't dress up for funerals, you know. So when I came here and I could see people, I mean, get a haircut, dress up for a funeral, I mean, which is, I mean, mind-blowing, but I like it. I mean, because, I mean, you're celebrating the life of your friend, your relative and all that. So you need to look good because you're celebrating how they've lived their life. So I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. So people can actually dress up for a funeral. When it's a birthday, people, they go all the way out, you know, they look good, they get the haircuts and all that. So I realized that the opportunities this side are far much better than back home. So that then, you know, led me to a level whereby I like learning, you know. I started learning languages, local languages, you know, to interact with my clients. And, you know, someone likes it when you interact with them at the level, at the language and stuff. Same as asking someone's name. If you ask someone's name and they tell you their name, then tomorrow you forget. I mean, it's a turn off. But if someone tells you their name and you meet them tomorrow, you greet them by name, it's an impression. It's 10 points already, you know. So I saw that, I was like, you know what? I know people look down upon barbers, but I really want to do this thing in a different level, you know, because I saw that it was different from where I come from. So from day one, I fell in love with South Africa because it supports what I do.
Really appreciate Nick's work and him as a person. I think I was really blessed to have found him, and you know, I see this relationship going, just an ongoing relationship for as long as God deems it to be. So I'm really grateful to have him as my barber, and I hope it's a continuous relationship.
I am grateful, you know, that I have people that believe in me, you know, especially in this day and age. There are so many barbers around, and you can see my location. I'm far from the city. I'm far from the CBD where there is traffic. But trust me, I have more than enough, you know. So I am thankful to everyone who believes in me. I am thankful to everyone who stood with me. I am thankful to everyone who keeps coming back. I know there are times when we differ in so many, you know, things, but my clients always come back to support me. I'll add this. I had guys during lockdown who would send me money, you know, to say, we know that you've got needs. Here is some 2,000, here is some 1,000. I mean, who does that? You know, it goes down to relationships. So it's more than barbing. It's more than cutting someone's hair. We now like brothers. I have guys like that. And it's not something that I take lightly. I am truly thankful to guys who have stood with me to become the guy that I am today.